implications abound. It is time for Saturday Showdown. Exclusive triple-header action on NFL Network kicks off with the Vikings and Bengals inside of Paycor Stadium. As you take a look at the AFC playoff standings, the Cincinnati Bengals are one of a half dozen teams at 7-6 because of the tiebreaker situation. That's only good enough for the 10th seed. The Vikings also 7-6. They're punching their ticket as the 6th seed right now. But if they win out, they will be division champs for the second straight year. Welcome inside the broadcast booth alongside Jason McCourty. I am Chris Rose, and what an electrifying day of football here on NFL Network.
Oh, it's December, and this is what we love. Some of these teams are going to make it one to remember. Some at the end of the month will be packing, getting ready for a vacation in the offseason.
The Minnesota Vikings super excited because Justin Jefferson is a go. He was knocked out of last week's game with an injured chest before halftime. He can't wait to ball against his old teammate, Jamar Chase.
The last time he's seen the end zone was October 1st, so last week he's watching the game on his phone in an ambulance. This week he's lined up, he's out here, and he is ready to go against this young secondary.
And he is throwing to a new starting quarterback. Nick Mullins is the fourth different Viking signal caller in their last 7 games.
Due to injury, he had to watch Joshua Dobbs come in and be the quarterback for this team. He's been looking forward to this opportunity. He's ready to go. He said quick decisions, accurate footballs all day long for him.
And for Cincinnati, one JB is replacing another JB. Jake Browning has literally saved the Bengals season.
This guy's been the talk of the NFL the last 2 weeks. The way he is absolutely lighting it up. Today's going to be a different type of challenge from this Brian Flores-led defense and all the pressure they bring.
We have got a full day of football here exclusively on NFL Network. We will get a chance to see Jake Browning right off the bat because the Vikings won the coin toss and elected to defer. A sensational day here on December 16th. Temperature of 51 degrees, minimal wind. We are ready for some football. Bengals coming off a 34-14 win in this building over the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, Greg Joseph, who will boot it away, the lone points in a Vikings 3-0 win last week out in Las Vegas. Just the 8th 3-0 game in the NFL since 1950.
Electrifying, Chris.
Travion Williams back to return the kick at his own goal line, and we are underway on Saturday on NFL Network. Ball heads out of the end zone. Let's bring in the third member of our broadcast team, Steve Weish, with more on the Bengals signal caller. Steve?
Yeah, Chris, I was just talking to Orlando Brown, the left tackle for the Cincinnati Bengals, before the game, and he told me one thing that's working is that head coach Zach Taylor has been in his bag, the way he's calling his plays, with the way he's setting up Jake Browning for success in the pass game and getting it to running back Joe Mixon. Back to you guys.
All right, Steve, thank you. Browning will start in the shotgun with Joe Mixon coming off his best game of the season next to him. 3 receivers set on 1st and 10, and Browning to dish it out. He's got T. Higgins wide open, in and out of his hands.
Right there, they're coming with some pressure.
Center, he's going to keep it himself on 3rd and short, and he's going to get it into Vikings territory. And another first down for Cincinnati.
QB sneak right here, but look at that Vikings defense. All of them are running around. Nobody's set before the play. Can't get their cleats in the ground. Makes that an easy 3rd down conversion right there for the Cincinnati Bengals and Jake Browning.
Call it right on the midfield stripe for the Bengals. Browning, we had a chance to talk to him yesterday, a guy that's confident, appreciative of this situation. Of course, he started his NFL career with 2 seasons on the Vikings practice squad. Empty backfield on 1st and 10. Browning, plenty of time, checks it down. And that's the former Viking Irv Smith Jr. with the catch. No team has been better defensively than the Minnesota Vikings since week 6, allowing just 15 points per game. And how about the undrafted rookie linebacker Ivan Pace?
He's really come along out of Cincinnati. He has showed up, and he's now the green dot player. That's the guy that's getting the call from defensive coordinator Brian Flores. He's leading this team, was a player of the week, and he's balling out there.
And his family, Mama Pace, it says on the back of her sweatshirt, went to Coleraine High School here in the Queen City, former Division I Defensive Player of the Year. Browning on 2nd, has Chase wide open, and he makes the one-handed grab inside the 25. He beat Troy Dye on the play. And a Caleb Evans as well. A gain of 25 has the Bengals in business at the 21.
All hands right there by Jamar Chase making that play right there. But look at Jake Browning. Ty Dye coming with a hit. He sticks in there, makes the throw against Jacksonville. He's made one against Jamar Chase. Said he didn't even see him going to the end zone because he was on his back.
Chase already a career high in catches as he adds to that. And the Bengals have it 1st and 10 at the 21. And a flag on the play. Actually, they called a timeout before anything else happened.
First charge timeout. Cincinnati. 30.
So the Bengals burn their first timeout. And the Minnesota Vikings, they haven't stood firm on this first drive, but boy, they have been good. And here, take a look. Next Gen Stats powered by AWS.
Minnesota leading the NFL and bringing 6 or more blitzers. They are not afraid to heat your quarterback up and bring pressure. But on the other side of it, highest in the NFL at dropping 8+ in coverage. You even see the big defensive tackle, Harrison Phillips, right there. He's getting in coverage. They cover up all the zones. They force Russell Wilson to take the sack right there. Brian Flores has been really good, taking a Vikings defense with a lot of the same personnel that struggled last year, putting them in the top 5 in a lot of categories this year on defense. And a lot of it has to do mixing up the looks, bringing pressure, but also dropping guys back and playing zone.
Now that Vikings D looking to tighten things up as the Bengals have moved well down the field, and it's Mixon with the carry. He powers through. Browning he described him as a battering ram, the guy that'll just muscle you to death in there.
Yeah, he is. In the last 2 weeks, Joe Mixon has really been the catalyst for this offense. Zach Taylor told us nothing has changed since Burrow's gone down with an injury. They're just game planning on a week-by-week basis. Chris, I don't know if I believe that. When you start running the ball as much as they have the last 2 weeks and you've lost your quarterback, I think that has something to do with no Burrow on the field.
Mixon remains in the backfield on 2nd and 6. All the receivers to the left. Browning. Plenty of time. Hits Tanner Hudson, who gets it close to the first down. He loses the ball, but they said he was down first. So it'll be another 3rd and short for the Bengals.
On the field, his runner was down by contact. 3rd down.
Makes the catch right here. They come in to make the tackle, and you heard them right there saying down by contact, and you see it. Butt is down on the ground. That's a really nice punch by Pace Jr. But once that butt hits the ground, he is down. There's no ball out right there.
This Vikings defense, they've been ball hawking over the last 8 games. Brian Flores told us, listen, it took the first 5 or 6 weeks for this team to really learn this complex defense, but they've been shining. 2nd, 3rd, and 1 on this drive for Browning. Last time he snuck it. It's going to be a tight end around, and Hudson's going to throw it. He's looking to throw it at least. Keeps it himself and loses yardage. A great job by...
From the Bengals, continue to let Browning run the offense right there on the 3rd and 1. You had a QB sneak earlier in the drive. Right now you have McPherson on going for the field goal after a trick play attempt fails.
This will be a 34-yard attempt out of the hold of the rookie punter Brad Robbins. And the Bengals have the first points of the game. Well, Nick Mullins will get his first shot as a natty, where Evan McPherson's 34-yard field goal has given the Bengals a 3-0 lead after an 11-play, 60-yard drive. Took more than 6 minutes off the clock, and there are probably a few Bengals fans that are wondering, either let your quarterback throw the ball or maybe run it on 3rd and short.
I think I heard a few fans in the stands yelling out, why? Try to go with the trick play. That's one of those ones, if it works, we're like, wow, that was a genius call. That time it didn't.
McPherson to kick it away to Kene Nwanwu. And it'll be a touchback, and so out comes 28-year-old Nick Mullins, who is making his first NFL start in nearly exactly 2 years.
Which was really cool. He said his wife and his oldest son were coming to make the trip, and his son couldn't believe that he was going to be the starting quarterback. He told him, he was like, really, Dad, you? His favorite players are Kirk Cousins and Jefferson out there doing the gritty himself. Excited for Mullins in this opportunity to go out there and be a starter again in this league.
And you already saw that Mullins is battling the noise here. Bengals head coach Zach Taylor challenged everybody. He said, get a drink, but be in the seats game time and make some noise, and they are living up to task. Ty Chandler in the backfield. And he will get the ball and get some noise up there. 8 yards on the first play of the game. And the Vikings banged up offensively. Their Pro Bowl right tackle Brian O'Neill is out with an ankle injury, replaced by the veteran David Questenberry. You just saw Ty Chandler. He's going to get a ton of work because Alexander Madison, the team's leading rusher, also has an ankle injury and is inactive. Second and short as Chandler remains in the game with a 2 tight end set for the Vikings. And it's Chandler again, spin move, and looks to be close to the first down. And that Bengals defense ranked 31st overall. They are young in the secondary, but they've got some veterans up front that can ball.
Yeah, they lost their 2 safeties last year, and they've had to really learn about their defense this year. But Trey Hendrickson, Sam Hubbard up front, those are the guys that lead the way.
And there is an injured Bengal that we will check on right after this.
I like it. No, I think that could work.
Oh, I like that.
May I?
Please.
Oh, or we could try something like that.
Ah.
It's good, right?
It's something. I think it needs to be this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that. Feels like comic.
My biggest fear in the middle of my addiction was that I would never be able to get over it and that my kids wouldn't have a father. I started thinking, you know what? This isn't my story. For the longest time, fear held me back from ultimately being who I wanted to. I had to become a better man to be a better father. It's important to me that my kids are empowered and truly believe that if they can think it, they can do it.
Hey, honey. We thought we'd try something new.
Family art hour. What do you think?
You got jokes. You're funny.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
Sunday at 9, the playoff push is on, and our crew gets you ready for every Week 15 matchup.
Let's go!
Including the huge Cowboys-Bills showdown.
That's the big game right there.
NFL Game Day morning, Sunday at 9 on NFL Network.
The Saturday showdown continues.
That's what I want to do today. Dominate!
As the Steelers battle the Colts.
What a cat! He's in there! Come on, we ain't done yet.
Then the Broncos face the Lions in prime time.
Beautiful!
Continues today, only on NFL Network.
Tough scene here in Cincinnati as one of the unheralded great defensive players on the Bengals, DJ Reader, taken off on a cart.
DJ Reader's right here in that spot in his defensive tackle, and he goes to take on the double team right there, and it's hard to tell exactly what happened. It looked like they were attending to something on his lower extremities, but that's a guy that is huge for them in the run game and his ability to clog up the middle of that defense. Lou Anarumo, the defensive coordinator, says Reader is elite at what he does. So Josh Kupo has checked in on 3rd and short. Mullins keeps it himself, and kind of a tush push to get the yardage for the first down. So the Vikings drive will continue. And hey, number one, if you mind sitting down there, we appreciate it. That is Haley and Luke Mullins. Hey, Luke, he's back there. We got a good look at you. 4 years old and so excited to see what Pops does for a living. Too young to see him in his last start, which actually came as a Cleveland Brown at the end of the 2021 season. So fresh set of downs now for the Vikings. Yet to get the ball to Justin Jefferson. Mullins, pass play, stands in there, delivers, and it is a strike.